All right, looks like we're rolling here. Okay. It is Friday night, probably around 10:30, and I just ate a bunch of chocolate, so I'm going to stay up and paint a little bit. It's a little bit past my bedtime. I'm an old man now. I go to bed a lot earlier than I used to, partially because I have to wake up a lot earlier these days, but making an exception today. I think I'm going to do a little tribute painting, and a tribute painting to a film classic known as Halloween. We are almost halfway to Halloween, and I've got a fever, and only prescription is more Michael Myers. So that is what I'm going to work on. That said, this has been in the working for a little bit. I've come up with a little sketch. I've been hoping to do a tribute painting for a while. I've never painted Michael Myers before, which leads me to the topic of tribute paintings in general, or fan art. Some people call it fan art. I love doing fan art. I wonder why sometimes, because it's something that's already out in the ethos. It's already out there, and so what am I doing recreating it? Well, a couple reasons. One, it's just nice to do a study sometimes, a good old-fashioned classic study. And I know you could do studies on many things, but why not do it on the classic movies you grew up with and the movies that you love? So that's one reason. Another is that why not? It's just a lot of fun. You sharpen your skills, and you can kind of get back to that good old classic Halloween feeling. So I just blacked out this canvas from a painting that just was not working out, and I believe it is still wet. So hopefully this will cooperate with me. And then we got my sketch reference here. So I did this in Procreate. I sketched out my perspective on Michael Myers, and I tried to make the likeness also of the pumpkin in the beginning of Halloween. And he is, I guess, continuing to carve that pumpkin in this rendering. So I'll see how far I can get tonight. And to set this atmosphere off right, I'm going to have to enlist the support of South Insanity Kansas. Looks like the pumpkin fire is going into the melter. right, we're done for tonight. My eyes are getting droopy and they're dry and they're tired. Had a lot of fun. Spent about 2 hours of painting. Watched all Halloween, or at least I had that going in the background as I was painting. This is my second attempt at this last part of the video here. First attempt, I didn't like the way my head looked like a seal. So here's a new camera angle. New camera angle, same as the old camera angle. This is the one angle I like. But anyway, let's not belabor that point. Yeah, pretty happy with how it's turned out so far. Still lots of work to do, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. Just black and white right now. I'm gonna add color later on. Just gonna work up those values. Yeah, so let's take a look. There's our baby boy doing what he does. He be stabbing. And what is he stabbing today? He is stabbing a jack-o'-lantern. But he don't mind. He just wants to be included. But anyway, so what I need to do is develop the head further. Get those textures going in that mask. Build out that hand. Get some nice veins in there. Get some movement. And build up that jack-o'-lantern and get that glow glowing. And then once the black and white is fully fleshed out, we will add color. Because if I add color now, it will be a chalky mess. And we do not want that. We want nice, bright, vibrant colors. So I'm going to have to be patient, which unfortunately is not my strong suit. But I'll have to make an exception for this. Actually, I'm not so bad. I can be pretty patient. I can do it. All right. That'll do it for this week's installment of Todd Kramer Art. Thank you so much for sticking around. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, whatever social media platform you like, except for X. I don't do that. But yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I try to upload these every other week, if not every week. I think I'm going to try to upload this tomorrow. I know this wasn't a finished painting. This isn't a big reveal, but just a little glimpse of just, you know, me wanting to paint something and coming up with a reason to. And this is a little bit of the process. You know, it's not all finished reveals. Sometimes you gotta see the muck, get down and dirty, get into the trenches. But hope you had fun. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. If your friends like Halloween, like art, like dark art, like bald men in their 40s, then bring them on over, you know. I'll treat them nice. I'll pour them a nice beverage of their choice and listen to what they have to say, because I know they probably had a hard day and not everyone wants to listen, but I'll listen. And anyway, all right, thanks.